Here's a pro tip for you if you're interested in creative writing. Don't let something kind of slip past your fingers just because you think it might be a little goofy initially. Because something that probably doesn't sound like it's the coolest thing in the world or the smartest thing in the world is something that I just came upon as an idea that I thought would be relatively interesting in regards to how a space station could operate independently of a world. And it didn't start off as that. It started off as a desire to have the second book in the Angel Chronicles series that I'm writing be a story that was able to show more than just kind of trekking across this barren, empty, kind of metallic, sci-fi robotic jungle. And in doing so, I came up with this idea that there would be a bunch of biomes inside the inner sanctums and the inner center of the space station Pelorian, which is where the first book opens up with, and actually is one of the Angel's most formidable housing, one of the most formidable stations in the Angel's disposal. However, due to the Soroth becoming more powerful than previously expected, they take it over. And I came up with this idea as the biomes, like a forest biome, a sea biome, a desert biome, a jungle biome, and a couple of other ones as well. One that just has fields and fields of crops and other food that is still there to be made, right? So it's like a farming biome. And it all centers around this individual area, this central pyre in the middle of it all that leads up to this kind of discussion room. Now, that's kind of something that comes into play later on in the story, but I came up with this idea for these biomes to be there, and then you have this undercurrent of water that feeds into every biome from below the surface of the biome. So you have essentially an underwater river, an underground river that's able to give nutrients to these areas that need the plants to grow. And it offers a lot of engagement in regards to the different things that you can do in the story without needing it to be something that necessarily makes sense right away, but does make sense if you're trying to give a reason as to why it is that there's not much reliance on the outside world for these characters to be able to live on a station perpetually in space. And it constantly spins around, so you get those G-forces as well. So it is something interesting that was born out of an idea of being bored with the idea of a sci-fi, futuristic, metallic world. And I was just bored with that idea, so I said, hey, you know what would be cool is if I was able to take this and give it some lush green nature. And that was what happened. Sometimes ideas come out of strange places. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.